la 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 la. La la la. Hey, everybody. Well, I wasn't going to do a big intro, but I think I've decided. Ayeka's here watching intently. Volks is behind us watching my back. Well, you know what I mean. It's Ayeka, and we're taking a page out of her a magnificent cookbook. Look at her stare. Look at his too. Well, Wolfie boy here is just the right person to handle what Ayeka's got cooking. And for those of you who've got a good stomach, some of you promised me you did, this is going to be the episode for you. Now, let me explain. I know Fabros, this one might be for you out here. But we're in a coffee shop, you may know. This is where the Queen Bee coffee shop is. And right now, Lotus and her brother Dimitri are out, but Volks is here. And we want to feed him. Yes, we do. I think he's just the right guy, being ex-wolf and all, to handle what Ayeka's got cooking. Now, never you mind what we've got in our hands and our plates. We're trying to hide it from you just a little bit for now. But we'll tell you what it all is in a moment. So let me all explain. For those of you who've never been here before, I'm Callida. And on Tuesday nights, I like to do a live cooking show. Now, once a month, I usually, in the wintertime, have a pre-made cooking, like a snack night blitz, where we don't have to worry about being healthy. But during the other 3 weeks, and especially in the summer when I have more time to be here, I might be here for all of them, we're going to do proper dinner meals. And I like to base them on different fan fictions, Disney, Minecraft, World of Warcraft, all sorts of stuff. But I've gotten into the Crush Crush, Blush Blush, Hush Hush adventures. And now that I've found fans that enjoy it with me, and we're playing special events together, trying out different strategies to help people figure out what games we can play for free and have fun, I realize there's a lot of food in the Blush Blush Crush Crush universe, said Panda. Maybe sad because he has to share all his food. And based on what they sell in the Blush Blush universe, something that Foxy Boy here, Wolfie Boy walks, that he would have eaten, whether animal or furry, well, Ayeka's the person that actually produces food based on this stuff. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to just enjoy it anyways, because I've realized Ayeka and I are cooking, have some stuff in common. She cooks something I absolutely love to eat. And I know it's politically incorrect, but some of you out there are not vegans, and this is a night for you. Look, we've even had our clothing dry clean, and if you were there for the Fun Spirit event, me and Ayeka, you're going to know. We cleaned these uniforms just for tonight, so you can feel safe with what's coming out of our kitchen. All the slaughtery bit has been done, and, well, you're going to find out what we mean in just a minute. Okay, Volks is here. Ayeka's here. They're my silent co-hosts for Riddle Me Din Din. Now, welcome, my exuberant mortal souls. Callida here. Are you ready for a little foodie adventure? You've come to the right place. I'm Callida, and I'm here today with my two silent co-hosts, Volks from the Blush Blush world, and Ayeka, hailing from the Crush Crush universe. And we're here today to solve some foodie riddles and reveal the secret ingredients to 3-part menu taken from a page from Ayeka's cookbook. This is totally right up her alley. And Volks, we know this is good eating right up your alley. And I got to share it with you. All right. If you know anything about this femme fatale over here, pretty and perfect posture as she has. Oh, enviable. But you can't be faint of heart, because if you're faint of heart, this night of fine dining, this night of fine dining, dining. Sheesh, this little watchful lady makes me nervous. That's why I've got Wolfie Boy here to watch my back. Oh, her hands are behind her back. You better just keep back, but listen carefully, think thoughtfully. Enough of this small talk. Let's begin. Round 1 has a part A, because Ayeka is one complex little yandere. All right, yandere, riddle me this. I am sourced from baby cows. I did warn you. Please don't hate me. Some say it's politically incorrect to eat me, but that won't stop Ayeka. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. I start as powder, soft and white, but mix me with water and hold on tight. What am I? Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Riddle number 3. When it comes to popcorn flavors, this is the one that some like most. It's a type of dairy product that you might spread on your toast. What am I? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. La 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 la. Riddle number 4. Make a wreath of this vegetable and wear it around your neck so you can wake up every morning in Transylvania. What is it? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Dun-dun-na-na. La 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 la. Riddle number 5. This is a root vegetable that can be red, white, or green. It can make you cry a lot, even though it's not mean. What is it? Do 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 do. Riddle number 6. Rabbits like to eat me when I grow in a field. This orange vegetable tastes best when it's peeled. What am I? Banana. 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 Riddle number 7. I'm made from green grapes, but I'm not juice. I'm offered to Venus in hopes of a good harvest. What am I? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. They're amazing starers, aren't they? You feeling safe? You feeling comfortable? That's good. You should. They want you to. Riddle number 8. Roll me in a wrap or drop me in stew. I come from cows, that much is true. Moo moo ka-choo. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 9. Beefsteak and Roma, grape and Campari, cherry and sun gold. What are all of these? Riddle number 10. I'm in every ocean, but not in any lake. I'm in your tears, but not in your office cooler. What am I? Do 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 do. All right, that's all we have for part A. It's not small. It's so worth the time and trouble. Just like my co-hosts over here. Have you blinked? Because I know they haven't, but I can. I'll blink. I'm really here. Anyways, enough. So distracted, so distracting. In part A, riddle number 1, I am sourced from baby cows. Some say it's politically incorrect to eat me, but that won't stop Ayeka. What am I? Veal shanks. We need 2 pounds of veal shanks cut into short lengths. I apologize to all my vegan friends. All right, riddle number 2, I start as powder, soft and white, but mix me with water and I hold on tight. What am I? It's flour. You'll need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour for this recipe. Riddle number 3. When it comes to popcorn flavors, this is the one that some like most. It's a type of dairy product that you might spread upon your toast. What is it? Butter, we'll need a quarter cup. Riddle number 4. Make a wreath of this vegetable and wear it around your neck so you can wake up every morning in Transylvania. Blah, blah. What is it? Garlic cloves, because Transylvania, Dracula, you want to stay alive, keep it on your neck. Anyways, we'll need 2 cloves of garlic crushed for this recipe. I know he doesn't bother. Neither one of you are afraid of him. I know that. Riddle number 5. This is a root vegetable that can be red, white, or green. It can make you cry a lot, even though it's not mean. What is it? An onion. And we'll need 1 large onion chopped. Riddle number 6. Rabbits like to eat me when I grow in a field. This orange vegetable tastes best when it is peeled. What am I? It's a carrot. We'll need 1 large carrot chopped for this recipe. Riddle number 7. I'm made from green grapes, but I'm not juice. I'm offered to Venus in hopes of a good harvest. What am I? If you played game Gnaw last Friday, you might know they would offer wine to Venus. The green grapes give us white wine. What we're going to need for this recipe is 2/3 of a cup of dry white wine. Here we go. Riddle number 8. Roll me in a wrap or drop me in stew. I come from cows, that much is true. Moo moo ka-choo. What am I? Beef. And in this case, we'll need 2/3 cup of beef stock for this recipe. Beef stock. Riddle number 9. Beef steak and Roma, grape and Camparis, cherry and Sungold. What are all of these? Tomatoes. We need 1 can of diced tomatoes for this recipe. Riddle number 10. I'm in every ocean, but not in any lake. I'm in your tears, but not your office cooler. What am I? Salt, like salt water? All right, but we'll need salt and pepper to taste. It's going to be up to you. So Venus, you might want to ask me, what does this make? It's a base for a fabulous main dish, and let's get out of your way here. We served it to Volks already. Woo, look at that. Look at that. This is actually from my culture. I grew up with this, and I absolutely love it. And wait. I need to do part B before I can really tell you what this is. If you don't already know, we're blocking it. And have a look of dreamy eyes over here. Whichever or both, it's up to you. Okay. Now, don't worry. Ayeka tells me it's not anybody you know. What? I mean, moving on. Okay. So part B. Here we go. Riddle me this. I'm often used as a garnish, but I contain vitamin K, which is important for blood clotting and bone health. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 2. I repel bloodsuckers. What am I? Banana, 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 banana. Riddle number 3. I am a yellow citrus fruit that elevates iced tea. What am I? Do 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 do. Boo. That's it. Let's review. Riddle me this. I'm often used as a garnish, but I contain vitamin K, which is important for blood clotting and bone health. What am I? It's parsley. A lot of people use it as a garnish. It's actually very healthy for you. What we'll need is a 1/2 cup chopped fresh flat leaf parsley. In riddle number 2, I repel bloodsuckers. What am I? Garlic, blah, blah. And we need 1 clove of garlic minced for this. In riddle number 3, I'm a yellow citrus fruit that elevates iced tea. What am I? Lemon. And we're going to need 2 teaspoons grated lemon zest for this recipe. So Venus, you may ponder, what does this make? All right, we're going to get out of your way here. We're going to get out of your way. Hang on. We're just so big. We're going to move this way. Don't worry what we're holding over there. All right. Take a look at what's over there by Volks. This stuff over here. Okay, Ayeka. You have to promise this was not the guy from the Blush Brush universe. She says no, the torn is safe. Okay, look at that. That, if you don't know, is ossobuco. This actually comes from my culture. So I grew up with this and I really love it. And I'm a person with anemia, so this is the type of thing I'm supposed to be eating. So please forgive me. Also, Buko, in the blush world, you can literally buy a bone. Ayeka. Well, if you know what she did to Generica, and if you know what she did to Alpha, I'm just saying, okay? She'd make a great butcher, guys, because she's got the stomach for it. Literally, Osobuco means bone hole. How would you like to get stuck in traffic and just yell at someone, "You're a bone hole! You're being a bone hole!" But literally, what it's referring to, that's a literal translation. It's really referring to the bone marrow that comes from inside of a bone. And so since in the blush world, you give a dog or a wolf a bone, right, Volks? In Volks's magically altered wolf form, he would have been fed a bone. You can buy him bones as one of his treats that he likes to help build your relationship with him. And of course, they're biting into that bone to get the bone marrow. People make like bone marrow soup, blood pudding. I mean, it's a thing. A lot of cultures do it. You don't waste. That's where like all the good stuff is that gives you your nutrition, right? Your iron and your everything for your blood that you need. You know, the red blood cells for those of us that can't generate our own very well. We need that because if you have too many white blood cells, you're gonna die. Anyways, let's. This is a meal, and we don't want to put you on. But I'm just saying, like, some people use the whole bones when you cook things. When you cook a chicken, all the bones are in there. Fish, the bones might be in there, and you pick it out later, right? But in this case, no, we need those bones because we want the bone marrow from inside. Anyways. So I figured Volks was a great person to pair up with Ayeka because of the way she slaughters, I mean, like, you know, butchers. I mean, well, you know, like, hacks up bodies. I mean, you know, she can make a great osobuco. Anyways, that's what I'm just saying. Maybe there's an Italian in your family. But she's a great cook. Anyways, really. Osobuco is a hearty Italian dish, and it's made by braising veal shanks in a rich stock with white wine and tomatoes. And you garnish with parbiz. Part actually makes the gremolata that goes. It's a zesty gremolata. It's made from fresh parsley, lemon zest, and garlic. It's nutritious, and it's super tasty. Okay, let's break down how to make osobuco. Okay, you've got to sear the meat. You're gonna, hey Paladin, hi, you're just in time. We're gonna tell you how to make osobuco. That is this dish right here, using bones and bone marrow. Ayeka's good at, you know, preparing that kind of thing. And Volks, being a wolfie boy, loves to eat that stuff. He's not afraid of some bones and some cooking. So here we go. You've got to sear the meat, which are the veal shanks. You're gonna dust the veal shanks lightly with flour. Melt the butter in a large skillet over medium to medium-high heat. Add the veal and cook until browned on the outside. You're going to remove to a bowl and keep it warm. Yes. Next, you're going to braise the meat by adding 2 cloves of crushed garlic and onion to the skillet. Cook and stir until the onion is tender. Return the veal to the pan and mix in the carrot and the white wine. Simmer for 10 minutes. Ooh. Pour in the tomatoes and the beef stock and season with salt and pepper to taste. You're going to cover this and simmer over low heat for 1.5 hours. That's right. This yandere is very patient. So is Volks. So am I. And if you are too, this is going to be so good. The patience is worth it. So you're going to watch the pot and it's not going to boil. We're going to simmer over low heat for 1.5 hours, basting the veal every 15 minutes or so. That means get your spoon in there and you're going to take that liquid from around the meat. You're going to put it on top so it stays nice and moist inside. I said the word moist and I meant it. Chef tips. Okay. This meal is going to pair beautifully with a full-bodied red wine like a Chianti or a Cabernet Sauvignon. And when it's done, okay, just saying you can start sipping on that while it's cooking. The meat should be tender but not falling off the bone after about 1.5 hours. We need to garnish the osobuco, so in a small bowl, mix together the parsley, 1 clove of garlic, and lemon zest. Sprinkle the gremolata over the veal just before serving it. Okay, serve it with that red-bodied wine. I say Chianti, honestly. Anyways, if there's anything left over, which I doubt, but if there is, you can store osobuco in an airtight container in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. I wouldn't go past the 3rd day. Reheat it gently in the microwave or in the oven. I would use the oven, not the microwave. Just I have a thing about that. You can freeze the ossobuco. You can freeze cooked veal shanks. Wrap the cooked veal shanks tightly in aluminum foil or place them in an airtight, freezer-safe container. Freeze it for up to 3 months. You have to thaw it overnight in the refrigerator if you're going to take it out later. I, for one, will probably eat it all in one sitting. So would Volks. Okay, we've got our main meal. Now let me explain the best side dish to ever serve with that. I'm holding it in here. We're holding the whole 3-part mini menu. So something that we made from dish number 1 is actually going to be used, that liquid, any broth left over, we're going to infuse with our risotto here. So let me explain. Round 2. Riddle me this. I am eaten boiled or steamed as part of a main meal. I can also be crispy in a breakfast cereal. What am I? Do 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 da 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 da. Riddle number 2. I can be spread on toast, but I'm not jelly. I can be added to popcorn, but I'm not salt. What am I? Banana, banana. Banana, 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 ba-ba. Riddle number 3. I'm not chicken and I'm not pork. I'm not fish. I'm cow-sourced and served in a dish. What am I? Moo 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 moo. Pew 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 pew. We're still not wearing red shirt, and they still missed us. Woo! We're gonna get over here. We're gonna block your view of everything. We'll get closer. Yeah, that's nice. Riddle number 4. I'm taken from the center of bones from the animal that says moo. What am I? I hope I didn't wake you up with that volume. Do 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 do. Riddle number 5. I am a certain type of bulb, but I don't give off any light. I can be peeled and chopped, and I am red, yellow, green, or white. What am I? Do 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 do. No, 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 no. Boom. All right, here we go. Riddle number 5. Oh, riddle number 6. I'm coveted by kings, yet born from a humble crocus. What spice am I? Did you know you can get a spice from a crocus? Oh. Oh. Riddle number 7. I'm a green grape that makes a delicate floral white wine. What varietal am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 8. I'm white, but I'm not milk. I'm small, but I'm not snow. I come from a grain, but I'm not rice. What am I? Da 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 da. All right. Those are all our riddles for round 2. So let's go back and review and find out how many you were able to solve from your home. In riddle number 1, I'm eaten boiled or steamed as part of a main meal. I can also be crispy and a breakfast cereal. What am I? Rice. Specifically, we need 1 3/4 cups of uncooked arborio rice. In riddle number 2, I can be spread on toast, but I'm not jelly. I can be added to popcorn, but I'm not salt. What am I? Butter. We'll need a 1/2 cup unsalted butter divided for this recipe. In riddle number 3, I'm not chicken, I'm not pork, I'm not fish. I'm cow sourced and served as a dish. What am I? Moo! It's beef stock. We need 1.5 quarts of beef stock for this recipe. Riddle number 4. In riddle number 4, I'm taken from the center bones from the animal that says moo. What am I? Beef marrow. We need 3 tablespoons beef marrow for this recipe. In riddle number 5, I am a certain type of bulb, but I don't give off any light. I can be peeled and chopped. I'm red, yellow, green, or white. What am I? An onion. We'll need to thinly slice 1 onion for this recipe. In riddle number 6, I'm coveted by kings, yet born from a humble crocus. What spice am I? Saffron. Saffron comes from a crocus. We need 1 teaspoon saffron powder for this recipe. Riddle number 7, I'm a green grape that makes a delicate floral white wine. What varietal am I? Well, any dry white wine. We'll need 3/4 cups. Riddle number 8, I'm white but I'm not milk. I'm small but I'm not snow. I come as a grain but I'm not rice. What am I? Salt. Sprinkle to taste. Riddle number 9. We're getting closer. To greater not is often the question for pasta's friend. I'm the right suggestion. What am I? It's Parmesan cheese. We'll need 1.5 cups grated Parmesan cheese for this recipe. It's going to be so worth it. Okay, take a look at what I'm holding in my dish right here. All right, I'm going to come up real close. See that? Well, okay, so Ayeka threw a few plates, and I'm using what I've got. But here it is. It's yummy. It's going to go with osombuco really well. Do you guys know what it is? It means you can ask me. What does this make? It's risotto alla milanese. A risotto made with beef bone marrow stock and saffron. So it's a rice dish to go with osombuco. It's a perfect pairing. I put together a really good menu here from Ayeka's cookbook. This lovely little murdery lady is basically, she's been the one that inspired this whole thing. Okay, Ayeka, let's tell them more. This is actually the perfect side dish to our main. And we're getting some good mileage from the bones purchasable in the blush blusher world, aren't we, Volks? Yes, Volks approves of this message. So let's get cooking. Here's what you got to do. You're going to melt half of the butter in a medium saucepan over low heat. Simmer the onion and the beef marrow in the butter for about 10 minutes. When the onion is soft, remove the onion and marrow from the pan using a slotted spoon. Set it aside. And over medium heat for 5 to 7 minutes or until it's lightly toasted. You're going to stir this constantly so the rice will not stick. We don't want it to burn. Stir in 1 ladle of beef stock and keep stirring until it is mostly absorbed. Ladle and stir like this in more of the broth as well as the white wine in the same manner until the rice is almost al dente. If you don't know what al dente means, it's to the teeth. So it means like it's kind of soft, but you have to bite into it with a little bit of pressure. It's not all pasty yet. Stir in the saffron, the remaining butter, and 3/4 cups of the Parmesan cheese. Yes, I love it. Just pulls it all together for me. You're going to turn off the heat, cover and let it sit for 4 to 5 minutes. Just leave it for like 4.5 and then check on it. Serve as a bed for the osombuco, which means you're going to put it down on the plate first and put the osombuco on top. Or you can serve it by itself in its own plate if you have people that don't like mixing their foods. Put it on a serving plate and let people just take what they want, and they can mix it or not as they like. And then with whatever remaining Parmesan cheese you have, you can sprinkle over the top as you like right before you eat. Also with the salt and pepper, you can do the same. Are you able to hear me? Okay, what part did you hear up to? Can you hear me now? I guess I pulled away for a second there. Sorry about that. All right. Oh, Msoul, are you getting hungry yet? Because I know I am, and this is a tasty, tasty meal that I love. I grew up on this stuff. Okay, we've got a fantastic dinner to consume, and we know that we can be sipping a red wine as we do all this. Needless to say, if you're into red wines, I would serve it with this meal, even though we're using white wine for the cooking. It's all right. It's all grapes. I'm so sorry. I'll try to stay closer to the microphone. All right. But I can't tell you how to make the wine, so I'm going to tell you how to make a dessert to go with it. And Ayeka's holding it right now. I don't know if you can see this up close. I will explain what this is a little bit later. It's totally on par for her. I'm going to get up really, really close. You're going to try to see what that shape is. There's a couple of reasons for that, but here we go. Okay, now all three together. Let me explain here. Let's just talk. Let's just all talk. We're getting real close to you now. I don't know why it's cutting out. I haven't touched anything and I'm not moving, so I'm not sure, but let's ride this out. We'll see what happens. Okay. We're going to have a dessert. We're just going to buy the wine. We're not making it. Okay. This dessert is a potent recipe for a wine-based dessert that will totally relax your fellow unsuspecting dinner guests. Yeah, that's Ayeka's plan. And we're taking a page out of her playbook. Her cookbook. Yeah. So buckle up, because here comes round 3. If you know anything about the fates of Generica and Alpha, 2 pretty schoolgirls from the Crush universe, one would not dispute the impression that Ayeka is not surprisingly cold as ice to anyone she thinks is getting between her and her senpai. Oh, great. So if you saw what that was on the plate, don't worry. Again, she says it's nobody you know. Let's keep going. I'll explain at the end why this recipe totally suits our perfectly postured student of the martial arts. You, babe, you. Riddle me this. I'm sometimes in breakfast cereals in small pieces which have been dried. I am a common fruit that is red with many seeds on the outside. What am I? Do 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 ba-da-da-da-da. Riddle number 2. I'm made from fermented grape juice, yet I have many different names and types. What am I? Do-do-do-do. 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 Ba-do. Riddle number 3. I'm a kitchen tool used to force baking goods and water into specific shapes, especially water when it's cold, breads when they're hot. What am I? Do 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 do. All right, let's go back and review. This dessert will totally work chasing this wonderful hearty meal. So let's find out what these ingredients make. In riddle number 1, I'm sometimes in breakfast cereals in small pieces which have been dried. I'm a common fruit that is red with many seeds on the outside. What am I? Fresh strawberries, which you're going to slice or dice into halves at least. And that'll give it a nice heart shape. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. In riddle number 2, I'm made from fermented grape juice, yet I have many different names and types. What am I? It's your choice of sparkling wine. Now, if you use the same white wine that you've been cooking with in the ossobuco and the risotto, then this is just tie the meal together perfectly well. If you want it to look a little more gory, you might want to use the red you've been sipping on. Cava, Prosecco, Brut, all of them go really well with the ossobuco and the risotto milanese. But you can also use a Moscato or Riesling. But the same wine, the dry white wine you've been using for the rice, would tie the meal together the best. That's what I would recommend. Now in riddle number 3, a kitchen tool used to force baking goods and water into specific shapes. Water when it's cold, baking goods when they're hot. We're talking ice cube molds. Now you could use regular ice cube trays if that's what you've got. But if you can splurge for molds shaped like hearts, I found them in the dollar store in the Betty Crocker section for just $2. So if you use those, that would be perfect, because I want you to really take a look. You can show them. Look really close. Frozen bloody hearts! Okay, I shouldn't laugh so hard. But I told you we were taking a page out of Ayeka's cookbook, and Volks, having been a wolf in the enchanted world of Blush Blush, the magical water of the zoo, I mean, he's going to be okay with ripping into a good heart or tearing through a good bone to get out the marrow. I mean, I couldn't have paired a better couple together. He can totally handle, he'd totally be into how she cooks without batting an eyelash. And I mean, they're a pretty hot couple here, but you gotta, yeah, I told you had to, couldn't be faint of heart for these recipes. Okay, let's explain what to do here. So Venus, you may wonder, what does this make? And I kind of gave it away. This is a recipe for champagne and strawberry ice cubes. Really, champagne's the best kind of wine. If you go for whites, a blush, a rosé. But really, if you stick to the same white wine you've been cooking with, it's really going to have the best results. It's potent. People who don't drink a lot, one of these little ice cubes is all they need to suck on. You just serve it in a nice, fancy little crystal dish. Make it look all important. I'm going to tell you what to do. Here's how to make them. First, you're going to fill the ice cube trays or your heart-shaped molds with the diced or sliced strawberries. If you slice them in halves and you've taken out the little green tops, they're going to be naturally shaped like hearts. So we're going to work with that. Put them one in each mold. Okay. Then you're going to carefully pour in your sparkling wine over the fruit into the trays. Okay. Finally, you're going to freeze them for 4 to 6 hours so they're solid enough to remove. The exact time may vary based on the temperature in your freezer. The more things in your freezer, actually freezers work better. Yes, we're going to have wine for you. I'm going to have whole bottles waiting for you. I'm going to take care of you, Msoul. All right. Now, just explain. I do something with a cooked version, but I wanted to make this simple for you guys so it's nice and fast. I want to tell you how I would fancy how to serve up these little, I'm going to real close to you. Okay, so there it is. Here she comes. Frozen hearts on a plate. I mean, you could save it for Halloween, but I just have a good sense of humor about this. I mean, we know who's doing the cooking. We know who's doing the eating here. I did warn you guys. You can't be faint of heart. Okay, here's the whole thing all together. The bone for Volks, the risotto for me, and the icy cold hearts from Ayeka herself. There couldn't have been a better, more inspired, fitting thematic dinner. But for the best visual effect, I'd go with a rosé or red wine to make it more bloody looking. Whichever wine or champagne you choose, if you use the heart-shaped molds. You can serve these frozen desserts to your guests on a plate, making it fancy by whipping up some meringue on the side, giving a spoonful of meringue in the center of the little dish or little plate you're going to serve it on, and put the heart on top. So it's kind of like floating in the foam, which is really cute. You can actually freeze the meringue too to be, you can do that, but you need room for that. But you can put a little bit of meringue, float it in the meringue so it looks a little bit more fancy in a glass, or if you want to serve champagne, you can float these frozen strawberries into the champagne itself. You can put it in white wine. You can put these frozen strawberries into white wine. If you're serving the same wine that you cooked with, let's say, and then you use let's say I use Chianti to cook the ossobuco and the risotto. I'm going to use the Chianti to freeze these hearts into their heart molds. And then I'm going to serve you some Chianti at the end and float these frozen hearts in it. If you don't want to put it on a plate or float it in some meringue, put it on a dish to make it look, you only need to give 1 or 2, because anyone who doesn't drink it and had enough to sip already, they're going to be potent. Okay? So, it'll also be a fun, surprising, talking piece for your group. Surprise your friends, spread the joy. It's fun, And if you're not into alcohol, you can use ginger ale, Canada Dry ginger ale, the champagne of ginger ales. There is a version of raspberry pop out there that you could do around the frozen hearts if you want to have a version for the kiddies. But if you do drink wine, if you do drink champagne, this is just awesome. Prosecco can be used for this as well. All right. Given that Ayeka is the inspiration for this meal, aren't we glad we are able to continue the dinner conversation with our glasses of wine and frozen strawberry hearts? Yes. It is very fancy. I was so happy to know just what she could inspire using simply the purchasable asset called bone in the blush blush world to feed all our furry manimals out there. Well, Msoul, I hope you've had some fun. Take it in tongue-in-cheek or really cook this, because I grew up on this and I absolutely love it. And if you got anemia, your doctor's telling you eat more red meat, some of us do need to do that. This is full of iron. This is full of, we got the grommelade that's got all the vitamin K in it. Like, it's actually quite a healthy meal. Little red wine is also, like, when you cook it, the alcohol is being cooked out of it. Yeah. Some people, like, marinate their beef in red wine before they cook with it for the heart. I mean, everybody's got a different health, so just do what's right for you. But it's just such a fun set of recipes. This is a really great dinner. I'm going to show you one more time, all together. Awesome buco. Risotto milanese. Frozen cold hearts! Well, that's all she wrote. I hope you had fun traveling the kitchen with us back to Italy, and Ayeka, Volks, and I are going to have a great meal tonight. I was actually eating some of it yesterday because I got started a day early. I couldn't wait. Well, hope you love this foodie adventure together through the Crush inspired menu and the Blush Bush inspired bones. Enjoy! This is Venus Callida. Bon appetit. I'll see you out there, Pally. Thanks for stopping by and playing along. Toodaloo! Absolutely. I always cook with one bottle and have a second bottle on hand for the sipping. Thank you for sharing with me. Take care, and I'll see you later. I'm going to do some gaming. I'll come back soon.